Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey there.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good.
What are we doing today on the origin of weird?
Okay, this one is really weird.
Okay, I hope so.
I'm Kate, by the way.
Hello, Kate. I am Bradley.
We are the History Buffoons. Welcome.
And this is the origin of weird.
This is like our, 27th go around on episodes, 28th, something like that, and we're still
fucking it up. But that's okay.
Fucking it up since 2024.
What up? Yeah, I mean, we've literally been fucking it up for only, 4 months? Since the release of our first episode. That's all right, though.
Okay, so this one is about Cadaver Synod.
Cadaver Synod?
Yes.
Okay, I know what cadavers are. What's synod?
You will find out.
I cannot wait.
That was part of my research.
That's a phrase you don't say too often. Wow.
So this event actually happened to a pope.
Oh.
Pope Formosus.
Does he shit in the woods?
He is Italian.
Well, then probably does.
So.
What's his name again? Sorry.
Formosus.
Pope Formosus.
Yep.
That was his pope name?
Yep.
That's a unique one. Because you usually get John and, all the other ones I don't remember.
John
and John the Second and John the Third and John the
Johns.
Fourth. Lots of Johns. Anyways.
Okay,
Formosus.
So the event that we're going to talk about occurred during a big political upheaval in Italy.
Okay.
And this was around mid-9th and the mid-10th century.
So like for 100 years?
What?
You said the mid-9th century and the mid...
10th century. Yes, I'm sorry.
For 100 years.
I was like, what are you talking about? Yes.
Wow. Well done on that one. Jesus. Wow.
So...
Sorry, I'm trying to recover from that. Oh, my word. Okay, go ahead.
Keep drinking.
I can't.
Go get a Modelo. What are we doing?
Oh, Jesus.
Go get a Modelo. Hold, please.
Hold it, please.
And we're back.
Hello.
Modelo. Okay. Between the 9th century and the 10th century, things were changing.
So for 100 years?
Uh-huh. Especially with popes.
What was
specifically?
Changing? Like their hat or?
The design of the hat and the cape. Between 872 and 965,
okay,
there were 24 different popes.
That's a lot of fucking... do you know how many 24 is?
And between 896 and 904...
So 8 years?
They had a revolving door of popes. Almost one every year.
Seriously?
Yes.
What the fuck?
There was a lot of confusion going on.
Popedemic. Wow. I am not disappointed in your response to me saying that. That was exactly what I was going for.
So a lot of powerful Roman groups were actually constantly fighting for control, and that's what caused all this chaos.
Okay.
So Roman groups were like influential families and nobles and even military commanders were like trying to gain control over Italy.
Sure.
Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of records at the time.
What? So
it's kind of hard to get like a full picture of what's actually happening, but I'm going to give you the breadcrumbs to put it all together.
Oh, sweet. I look forward to the breadcrumbs.
So Formosus's church career took off in 864.
864, okay.
He became bishop of Porto Santa Rufina.
Oh, yeah.
It's a diocese in Rome.
Sure is.
Okay, so do you know it?
No.
Have you? Okay.
Got you.
During Pope Nicholas's the first time.
So was he also...
It was a pope.
Oh, okay. The way you worded it, I'm like, did he have a second time too?
No,
never mind.
He's Pope Nicholas the first
time. That's what threw me off. Sorry. My bad. Oh, this is a very giggly origin of weird.
And we're not even drunk. Okay.
No, you would think we were,
but we're not.
We're not.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Pope Nicholas I was a really strong leader who wanted to make the Pope even more powerful.
Well, why wouldn't he? Because he's going to rule all of the world.
So he basically said the Pope was the boss of all other bishops, and he tried to limit the power of the kings in church matters.
Which didn't they pretty much, well, I don't know if he did, but that was pretty much a thing because like the Pope, he said a lot of shit, and if you didn't like it, he didn't fucking care.
Yeah. He was law.
I mean, that's again like the whole King Henry thing. I always go back to him. He had to literally leave the church because the Pope's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. So Pope Nicholas I also wanted to clean up the church, and he was against things like selling church jobs.
Okay.
Like bringing in the public to do church jobs.
Oh, so he wanted like their own employees kind of thing?
Yeah. And then he was also against priests getting married.
Why? Because he wanted them. Never mind. I won't even go there.
So Nicholas was also a diplomat. He dealt with powerful rulers like the emperor of the Byzantine Empire.
Well done.
And the king of the Franks.
The Franks. But
Franks, yeah.
I'll be honest, I did not expect you to get the
Byzantine.
I did not expect you to get that on the first go.
If you listen to our last episode,
like,
maybe not our last episode, but an earlier episode on the Haymarket affair, I said Marseillaise like I was French.
Yeah, and there's a couple other words she also said that were not coherent.
We're not
going
to talk about that. Okay. Nicholas also had big problems.
Yeah, because he had more money.
He had a problem with the.
Sorry, your laugh was just great. My bad.
He had a problem with the leader of the Eastern Church in Constantinople.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you know what
Constantinople is now Istanbul?
Did you know who that's named after?
Constantine.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Well done.
So they disagreed about who was actually in charge, the Eastern Church in Constantinople or the Pope.
So wait, what was the Eastern Church?
It was in Constantinople.
I get where it was. I asked what it was.
They were fighting over power, essentially.
It's not Roman Catholic or whatever. It's just a different church.
It's the Eastern versus Western churches. That's what I know.
Was this not part of your research?
It was not part of it. Okay. So Formosus was actually a really capable and respected guy. And so they put him in charge of the Porto Santa Rufina diocese, right?
Okay.
2 years later, in 866.
A year I remember well.
He was sent to Bulgaria as a special representative of the Pope. He was pretty good at the job, and he was a great diplomat, strong religious leader, and Boris I, which was the ruler of Bulgaria, was so impressed with Formosus that he actually asked the Pope to make Formosus the Archbishop of Bulgaria.
Well, shit.
Yeah. I mean,
quite the impression he
they're
made.
Going through the ranks too.
Yeah,
hey, the Pope still has power, you know?
Right.
It's a huge deal, and Formosus was highly regarded.
Okay.
But Pope Nicholas said no.
What a dick.
No. The Pope appointed the Pope pointed to an old church rule called the 15th Canon of the Second Council of Nicaea.
The Council of Nicaea, yes.
It basically said a bishop couldn't run more than one church.
Oh.
And he was already in charge of the Porto Santa Rufina diocese.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So the idea was to keep things fair and even and spread the power around and not let one bishop get too powerful.
Yeah, because he didn't want the Pope didn't want this bishop to rise up against him, basically. Yes,
exactly. So he stuck to the rules and he kept the church, quote unquote, balanced. Now.
Whoa.
Remember.
I do.
Revolving door popes, okay?
Yep. The Pope-epidemic.
That's amazing.
Sorry. Didn't mean to derail that again. Okay. The Pope-epidemic, go. So during Pope John the VIII's time, and it's okay, so it's written down as John Pope VIII.
And in parentheses, I put 8.
Did you have to, really?
No, I know what it is, but to make it like flow a little better, I put 8 next to it.
And this is flowing fantastically.
Okay.
All right. Anyways.
Pope John Paul VIII, he was in charge in 872 to 882.
Okay.
So during his time, Formosus was in trouble.
Why?
Because the Pope accused Formosus of conspiring to usurp the papacy.
See, like I said.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, he believed Formosus was plotting to take his place as Pope, and he accused Formosus of influencing the Bulgarians against other bishops.
So basically, this Pope was just fucking paranoid.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
He was. And it was suggested that Formosus had gained significant influence in Bulgaria and was potentially undermining the authority of the Pope and the Church, and he was excommunicated.
Yeah, just because this Pope wanted to live the life he was living, because I'm sure he was taken very well taken care of, I should say.
And he was there for 10 years.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't want to give this up, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Formosa. Excommunicated.
So there are different stories about what happened next.
Right.
Some say Formosus went to a council in Troyes, which is a town in France.
Okay.
Very far away from Rome.
How is that spelled? Trois?
Troyes.
Oh, it is Y. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, I could say Troyes, but I thought Troyes sounded better.
I don't know. I was just curious, to be honest. So
he supposedly promised to never be a priest again.
Okay.
But we're not sure if that was actually true. We don't know.
Right.
After Pope John Paul VIII died in 1882, so he could have ruled more, but he just died.
What year?
882. Did I say 18?
Yes. Like, how do we fast forward 1,000 years?
God damn it. He died in 882.
Okay.
And Formosus was able to return then to his job as bishop. And
because basically just that Pope was just fucking freaking out like, man, this guy's coming for my job.
Yeah. And he's like,
wow,
oh,
what a dick.
Yeah. So in 891, something interesting happened.
What was that?
Formosus was elected Pope.
You don't say.
I did actually at the very beginning. Were you not there?
I was there.
I know. Okay. So huge turnaround considering he'd just been exiled.
Well, yeah, no kidding.
So his election really does show like he was respected in the church.
Well, people liked him clearly because for one douche Pope to excommunicate or exile him, whatever, and then he comes back within 2 years?
Yeah. So his problems didn't just disappear because he came back and he's Pope now.
Right.
There were still accusations from the past Pope, John VIII, and his excommunication, and it kind of came back to haunt him.
Sure.
Yeah, that shit don't disappear. That's why it's called history. It's always around.
As long as someone wrote it down at one point,
so
you're fucked.
Yeah. Formosus was Pope for 5 years.
Okay.
So during this time, he formed an alliance with Lambert of Spoleto, which is an Italian nobleman, and he crowned him as King of Italy.
Oh, wow.
But he later saw him as a threat.
Oh, geez.
And shifted his allegiance to Arnulf of Carinthia, who is a Frankish king.
Okay.
Inviting him to invade Italy.
Oh, Jesus.
And challenge Lambert's power.
It's like inviting someone to a party. I'd like to invite you to invade this.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah. There's somebody here I don't like, so I'm going to invite you to come to my house so you can get rid of them.
Yeah, so if you could, bring an army.
Yeah.
Maybe some cakes.
Cake?
Cake.
I like cake.
Cake is good.
Lemon?
I like lemon cake. Do you know what my favorite cake is?
Lemon cake?
My mom makes it for me every year on my birthday. Carrot cake.
Oh, carrot cake.
So good.
Okay.
Cream cheese frosting.
Stop.
Oh, dear.
Stop. I need my Skittle gummies. I just hit my microphone.
Oh, don't do that. All right. Anyways.
Okay. So the shift in allegiance angered Lambert and led to increased tensions between the papacy and the Spoleto dynasty.
Sure.
And then Formosus died in 896.
Do you know what he died of?
Potentially a stroke.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Okay.
So, thus came Cadaver Synod.
Okay.
I've got my hands open as if I'm like jazz hands. I'm inviting you. Oh, okay. It's really strange. Okay.
It sounds like it.
It's strange. So a synod is essentially a council or assembly of a Christian denomination.
Gotcha.
Okay. So held by Pope Stephen VI, I didn't write it in parentheses, Pope Stephen VI in 897, 7 months after Formosus died, this synod dug up old accusations against him.
Against Formosa?
Yes. Formosus,
why?
yeah.
He's fucking dead.
He was accused of lying under oath.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And illegally serving as bishop.
How?
So,
how?
These charges probably stem from the fact that the council from the Council of Troyes in France.
Yeah.
Because it was said that he promised under oath never to be a priest again, but he came back to be a bishop. And then he became the Pope.
Oh.
So that means he would have broke his promise.
Is a Pope a priest?
Yes.
Is that technically right? Okay.
Yes.
I guess I'd never really put that together for some reason.
Yes. So it would mean he broke his promise by becoming a bishop and then the Pope. And that's why he was accused of lying and illegally holding office, essentially.
Okay. All right. Continue.
So the Cadaver Synod also wasn't just about the religious issues. The Pope's support meant a lot back then, and it basically gave a ruler legitimacy and power. And he had given that power at the time to Lambert.
Yeah.
But Formosus got worried about Lambert growing power and switched sides. And Arnulf of Carinthia, who invaded Italy, became the emperor.
Okay.
Okay. So these political moves had serious consequences. Lambert and his mother became really powerful in Rome. And historians used to think that Formosus was strongly pro-Carolinian.
Okay.
Pro-Carolinian and only crowned Lambert because he was forced to.
Oh.
So the Carolinians are powerful Frankish dynasty rising from the prominence of the 8th century.
Okay.
Charlemagne, if you've ever heard of Charlemagne, he was probably like the most famous of the Carolinian rulers.
Can you say that word again?
Charlemagne?
No. The other one you just said.
Carolinian? Carolinian.
How is it spelled?
Carol.
Linian.
I-N-G.
Okay.
I-A-N. Carol.
Because I know of Charlemagne. I might be just mixing up things in my brain, but okay. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So Charlemagne united the Western Europe under his rule and was crowned emperor by the Pope. Okay. So he was Carolinian.
Yeah.
So they were suggesting that Formosus was pro-Carolinian.
Okay.
Okay. So he was a little bit more flexible in his political dealings, and he actually had good relations with Lambert for a while up until he didn't.
Until the thing. Until the thing.
So things changed when Lambert's cousin, Guy the Fourth of Spoleto.
Guy the Fourth?
He got too powerful.
Guy the Fourth did?
Guy the Fourth, he was aggressive.
He
liked conquering people and things and driving out people, and that worried Formosus.
Okay.
Okay, so this likely made him seek help from Arnulf.
There's a lot of names.
And this suggested that his strategy was based on that changing political situation. Okay. So they were just trying to essentially support with potential evidence that why Formosus were making these decisions with Lambert and Arnulf.
Okay.
So by re-examining Formosus's motives, we finally understand a little bit of the shifting alliances that were happening.
Sure.
So the new perspective helps us see that the Cadaver Synod wasn't just religious. It was actually political and religious conflicts and tensions.
Okay.
So Pope Stephen VI, and I did put that in parentheses this time. Pope Stephen VI's actions against the dead Pope.
Stephen or Stephen?
It's spelled Stephen.
That's Stephen.
Yes, I know.
But you said Stephen and then you said
Sorry,
Stephen.
I meant Stephen.
Okay.
Pope Stephen VI, his actions against the dead Pope at the Cadaver Synod were completely unheard of in the history of the Catholic Church.
Okay.
So, imagine this. A trial.
Paint me a picture.
We're in Italy.
Oh, that was well done.
During the trial, they appointed a deacon to speak for Formosus because he's dead.
That's horseshit. You can't have someone else speak for him, even though I understand he's dead. But
that's not it.
Oh God. Okay.
They dug him up.
I've heard of this.
They dug up Pope Formosus.
And they put him on a chair, basically, right?
They propped him up on a throne like some sort of creepy puppet.
Yes, I've heard of this. Now that you bring this up. I didn't know any of the details, though. But that's fucking fantastic. That is just so weird.
And this deacon was like talking for this dead pope.
Did he get behind him and go like, I don't know what I'm doing?
Did he move his arms?
Move his head and talk behind him? Did he know his voice? Like, hey, man. Yeah, you see, I'm Pope Formosus. It's like, what the fuck? That's so great. Because I don't remember where I saw this. It was a brief snippet or something. But again, I didn't know any details. So this is fucking fantastic. Well done.
Good. So one of the main charges was that dead Pope Formosus is sitting on the throne.
Yeah.
He broke church law by leading more than one church.
Oh, Jesus.
So.
Doesn't the Pope lead all churches?
Well, he was also bishop.
I get that.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The second charge was of perjury.
Because they thought he lied about
Yes, he
whatever.
broke his promise.
Yep.
If he actually did that, then became Pope as like a layman, like I'm just going to have the title.
Right.
And then finally Pope, that's perjury.
Okay. Wow, that is staying in. That one was fantastic.
The last charge was that he presented himself as bishop even though he wasn't. So then that was a huge deal. So
right.
People believe that Formosus shouldn't be Pope, couldn't have been Pope because he had broken his promise and was not a priest. Just he wasn't. He
just was a dude.
He essentially like demoted himself.
Right.
And then pretended like he wasn't.
Huh.
So.
Okay.
It would have been a major insult to the church. And the trial was like a crazy mix of the religion and the politics. And in the end, Formosus was found guilty, even though he was already dead.
So, did they hang the corpse? I mean, what they do?
They did desecrate the body. Yeah.
Was he drawn and quartered?
No. He was stripped of his Pope clothes that he was buried in.
Well, yeah, because they're always buried in their final garb or whatever.
They cut off his fingers because he used those to bless people.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And declared everything he did as Pope was completely invalid.
Do you think that someone made like a Formosan finger necklace?
Ew. What the hell? Maybe you need to be on the origin of weird. You're weird.
I'm pretty weird.
They essentially wanted to erase him from...
They wanted to erase Formosa.
Yeah.
Everything that he did. To
make things worse, he didn't even get a proper burial. They buried him in a common grave, just like anybody else.
Did they at least mark it?
Well, they dug him up again.
Again, after they reburied him?
They tied weights to his body and threw his body into the Tiber River.
What the fuck?
Isn't that brutal?
That is...
And he was so well respected.
Well, yeah, and then all these fuckers that thought they were gunning for his job, Formosa was, like, this fucker's dead, but we got to make him an example out of this guy.
Yeah.
So they tied weights to his body and threw him in the river.
Yep.
What the fuck?
So the Cadaver Synod was bizarre, disturbing, and people were horrified.
Rightly so.
They loved him.
That, and not only that, they dug the guy up and put him on a chair.
Twice. They dug him up twice. No one could believe that Stephen VI had done this, and the public outrage led to his downfall. He was removed from power, thrown in prison, and eventually he was strangled to death.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
So the Pope who came after Stephen VI tried to fix the damage. This was Pope Theodore II.
Okay.
And he had held a council to officially overturn everything that happened at the Cadaver Synod.
Okay.
So big step towards restoring Formosus' reputation, right?
Right.
And then we have, there's so many popes.
So many popes. Pope-epidemic.
Stop it. Pope John the Ninth condemned the synod and supported Theodore II's decision.
Gotcha.
Okay. So both Pope Theodore II and Pope John the Ninth helped restore Formosus' honor.
Okay.
So they found his body in the river.
Formosus?
Yeah, which had been so horribly treated.
Well, right.
And they pulled him out and they gave him a proper burial at St. Peter's Basilica as a pope.
Well, I mean, he was a pope. I get, like, you got some dumb fucking bitches that are like, this guy's gunning for my job, so I gotta fuck up his reputation and stuff. It's like, and the only reason why he was exiled or excommunicated or whatever was because this pope thought he was coming for him.
Yeah, potential threat.
So then the only reason why they even got him on anything, or huge air quotes, is because I won't be a priest anymore. But it's just because this dick of a pope fucking said, oh man, this guy's gonna take my job and I like this job.
Yeah.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Pope Sergius III.
What's his name?
Sergius.
Okay.
Sergius. Sergius.
Sure, that's a unique one.
I don't know, but he's 3. He's 3. He's the third.
Oh my God, that was great.
He was actually one of the judges at the Cadaver Synod, and he became pope and brought back all the old charges against Formosus.
What is wrong with these people? Just fucking let it go.
Naturally, it opened new wounds, old wounds, showed how deeply the church was divided.
I mean, believe what you want about religion, and to each your own who believe about religion, but these stupid fucks were just about the fucking position.
Power. Yeah, they were about
did
power.
not actually care about the church. They just wanted that position because of the power that it came with.
Yep.
What a dick.
So the Cadaver Synod is one of the most infamous and shocking events in the history of the Catholic Church.
I've never heard about it, but it's fucking wild.
Yeah, and it just shows you how much people would go for power in the medieval church.
Well, yeah, because again, it was so respected.
There were personal grudges, and there were schemes and religious arguments and political arguments, and just all ruckus.
Yeah, they used Jesus and God's name in their benefit, basically, is all it was. So, well, it's just weird.
Yeah. So that's the Cadaver Synod.
That's just so weird.
So weird.
I've never heard of that before. I'm pro Formosa. Fuck Steven and those other fuckers. I mean, what the hell? That's just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But wow, okay, I like that. That was definitely a weird one. And
Pope Formosus and his cadaver trial. His cadaver was on the throne.
It's just funny because, like, I don't remember where I heard it, or seen this. I remember seeing a picture. I'll have to try and look for it after this. I don't know. Yes, that's the one. Yep, that's
got it
the
all
picture.
set up for social media.
Perfect. Because, and I don't remember how long ago it was I saw this. I don't even remember what I was looking up. I was looking up something, obviously. And I saw that. I'm like, that's fucking wild. And all I knew was this pope was dug up to be put on trial.
Yes.
I knew nothing else about what you just said. So that's fantastic to actually have some context behind that picture.
Do you think he was up in heaven, on a cloud, on his belly with his hands under his chin and kicking his feet and just watching this bullshit go on and be like, this doesn't matter, right?
Pretty funny if you ask me. Oh shit, they threw my body in the river. What the fuck? I mean, what the hell? And they dug him up twice.
And then they took him out of the river.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
And then finally properly buried him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Wow. Go Formosa.
Formosus.
I think Formosa needs a mimosa. So, well.
I suppose.
All right, buffoons. That's it for today's episode.
Buckle up because we've got another historical adventure waiting for you next time. Feeling hungry for more buffoonery? Or maybe you have a burning question or a wild historical theory for us to explore?
Hit us up on social media. We're History Buffoons Podcast on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also email us at historybuffoonspodcast@gmail.com. We are Bradley and Kate, music by Corey Akers.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and turn those notifications on to stay in the loop.
Until next time, stay curious and don't forget to rate and review us.
Remember, the buffoonery never stops.